What is up, folks? It's your boy Bob Hollywood back with another exciting review. And if you are seeing this stand in front of you, it means one of two things. It means I could be doing what's in the box, and this riser will come and stand in handy, or I could be doing a top 10 ranking video and it'll come in handy. If you watched my last video, my last review for the month of March, you would know that I did say the next video I was going to make and release would be the top 10 video for the month of March. So without further ado, I'm going to just bust right into it. Number 10 is going to be this. It's going to be this Cadet Chekhov. And there's nothing really special about this figure. Basic articulation for a 6-inch figure, for a modernish 6-inch figure. But this was one of the figures we reviewed this month. And if you recall, there was an older video, so it was in the older style of me doing videos, but it's nonetheless made this top 10 video. If my camera wants to focus, it doesn't seem like it wants to. But this is number 10, and I'm going to stand him back there. Next up is going to be number 9. We have this Kabuki, I believe, replacement figure. Nothing is wrong with this figure. Her articulation is not the greatest. She's kind of stiff. I still don't think I've applied proper heat to her. I got her hands off, but I have not applied proper heat to even remotely turn her head or her legs, and I likely never will. Because of that, this is a beautiful figure. I think she looks good. I'm interested in collecting more Kabuki figures, like all of the Kabuki figures, and reading the graphic novels / comics as well. But the figure itself is not super stellar. It's one of the worst figures that we did for this month, but it was not horrible, and it looks good. So I'm going to stand her up there. And spot number 9. Spot number 8, very similar to Kabuki in terms of looks. And I was actually looking at it, I'm like, this could be Kabuki without makeup or without the paint. But this is Sophie in the 2-pack we did with Promethea. And I just like this figure. I think she looks good, very basic. Same thing with Kabuki back there. Articulation is super limited, but not bad enough. She looked good enough that I wanted to put her in this list, and so I have. Number 7. Number 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 8. Yes, I'm sorry, my math is horrible. Number 7 is going to be this Destiny Angel. I have high hopes for this figure, as I have not really gotten around to playing with it. The ball joint hips make it a little difficult to pose him. His arms popping out of the socket very easily. Obviously, I haven't touched him since the review, so I'm not sure if that'll give me the same issues, and it doesn't seem to be doing that, so that's good. But this guy is a cool figure, a cool angel figure. I wish I had more angel figures. I mean, I do have other ones to review, but I wish I had more in this, I guess, more recent style. Some of the ones are older with worse articulation, which I haven't gotten around to reviewing yet. But I want this sort of figure, but without the vamp base. But there's nothing wrong with this figure. This is the first figure on the list that I kind of like for more than just, I can't describe it. I like that angel figure. Next up is a fellow Irishman or Irish person, and that's going to be this Siren. And if you remember in the review, this is my second Siren. This figure, of all the figures other than, the Anton Malkin figure up there, is the least fresh in my mind, meaning I've had plenty of time to play with this figure, and I like her. She's cool. She's a cool figure. She looks good. Articulation's good. Color's good. Everything is good here. So nothing much to say about her. Just a basic 6-inch figure with great articulation. The first real modern figure in this countdown. Number 5, and we're going to keep this in the British Isles, is going to be this Captain Carter. Now, I kind of debated whether I liked Captain Carter more or less than Siren, and ultimately I went with more because she's just fresher in my mind. She does look good. I have some flaws on her face, which we went over in the review. It's hard to see on camera. There's some paint issues, but overall, I like this figure. Great articulation. I have no complaints about this figure at all. As we're narrowing it down to the real nitty and the gritty, number 4 is another Marvel Legend, and it is this Groot, this teenage Groot. Maybe I am ranking him too high, but I do like this teenage Groot, and he just looks cool. I have nothing to say other than he looks cool. He could use the wash, he could have used some paint on the back, but overall, this Groot is Grooting, and I'm here for it. Okay, so we're in the top 3. Who could it be? And the first one is going to be Izzy. I was rhyming right there. You see what I did? This Izzy, articulation limited because of the bulkiness of her armor. But I will say they at least gave her that articulation. She has double jointed joints. She has pinless joints. She's cool. She's cool. She looks just like she would in the movie. Just like the majority of these figures look like they would from their representation, even going back to Anton Yelchin, I think is one of the oldest figures here. Angel's the oldest, but those two still look like their representation. I just like this. I like the hair. She's just got the natural afro puffs, ponytails, pigtails, or whatever. I just like this figure. I have nothing else to say other than that. All right, the next figure number 2, honestly, is this Jean Grey. I fell in love with this Jean Grey the second she was out of that plastic prison. I still haven't applied heat to make her legs stand a little bit better. But the second I got her out of that box, I liked her. I think I like this Jean Grey more than the Mystique we reviewed back in January from the same X-Men line with the VHS, with the cell shading. Her cell shading just looks better, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with Mystique's. There's nothing wrong with Mystique either. I don't even remember where she ranked in that video, but I'm pretty sure she was there. But this Jean Grey is awesome. You see I have the longer hair as opposed to the ponytail. I have a crap ton of Jean Grey figures, and this one is my favorite, and I don't even like the character. I haven't watched X-Men 97. I haven't watched the original series like that. It is what it is. I'm going to lower my camera a little bit. That way there's more space for figure number 1, the best figure that we reviewed in the month of January. In the month of March, and this should be super obvious to anyone who actually watches my videos. Thank you for watching my videos. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to hit the like button. Number 1 for the month of March is going to be the birthday boy, Joel Embiid. I actually got him on his birthday. I reviewed him on his birthday. I'm not sure if I uploaded this video on his birthday, but the month of March was this guy's 30th birthday. So welcome to the 30 and Up Club, Joel. And this is a great figure. I'm still looking forward to reviewing the other NBA starting lineup figures that I have. This is a perfect figure. There's literally, look at me, Carson Carnage. There's literally nothing wrong with this figure. I mean, his hair, like I said, looks a little gray as opposed to black. And the lightness might be slightly off, but it still looks like him. But this is a great figure. So great, in fact, that I bought a duplicate like I said I would when I did the review. I bought a duplicate for all of the NBA starting lineups that I have so I can piecemeal it. I'm gonna take him apart. Not this one. This one is gonna stay like this, but the second one I'm gonna take it apart. Anyway, folks, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you looking after yourself and loving yourself and drinking your water and watering your plants and feeding your dogs and cats and children and just loving yourself and your parents and your family. Action figures speak louder than words.